We are at the exact moment where market makers wants us to be and where market makers wants us to sell our Bitcoin. But historical speaking, every single time we hit that below 30 line on the RSI, that was a really good signal that the bottom was near to be in for Bitcoin, and major rallies followed after. We have been breaking out here of this compression zone, but we can see two scenarios here. This could be a very good manipulation pattern here, or either the volume kicks in and we will see a further move towards the downside for Bitcoin. We have been predicting the market for the last 24 hours exactly from off this green zone, and right now I'm expecting the next move for Bitcoin happening. We have been perfectly rejecting the yearly open level, and I will explain you exactly why this yearly open is such a important level for Bitcoin. We will dive into that and way more in today's video, but first of all, please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss something throughout the day in crypto. And of course, please make sure to like this daily update video and subscribe over on my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. And in the link below, you can also join my free Telegram group for the calls here. And let's dive right away into the charts for now. Because if we look at this chart, we can see that every single time on the weekly time frame on Bitcoin, when Bitcoin dropped below the dotted blue line, that is the under 30 line, Bitcoin set a bottom in the upcoming weeks. I'm not saying when we see a drop below 30, we will go exponential afterwards. No. What we have seen in the past, every single time we tapped the below 30 zone, that was something where Bitcoin was tend to be bottoming out, and afterwards the pump followed. We have seen it happening in 2018 in December. We dropped below 30, Bitcoin was forming a bottom, ranged afterwards, but after that we saw a major move towards the upside of approximately 1100%, which is massive of course. But that's not the only time we have seen this. Also in July 2022, we saw it dropping below 30. Right here, that also was a consolidation phase after. We didn't push towards the upside immediately. That's not what I tend to be saying with this chart, but it was a signal that the bottom was near to be in, and after that Bitcoin pumped towards the upside 380%. And guess what, we are at these almost below 30 zone once again. So I'm not expecting to go up from here exponentially. Of course, we can see some upwards movement here, but if price to decides to below under 30 on the RSI, we will probably see a drop further towards the $60,000. If we see that happening, I really think that is an amazing time to buy your Bitcoin. This doesn't mean that I'm bearish on Bitcoin right now. It doesn't mean that I'm too bullish on Bitcoin right now. This is something that could play out in the upcoming months here, and it is something you want to keep in mind. But one thing I can say, if this happens, this will be a really great buy opportunity for Bitcoin. If this doesn't happen, you need to be positioned right now towards the move towards the upside here for Bitcoin. Also, if you look at this compression, we can see that we have been breaking out towards the downside on this compression. This compression is started in October 2022. So this is a very important pattern, and we are breaking out of it towards the downside right at the moment. But there could be two scenarios. I want you to listen carefully. It could be a manipulation move. So what is everyone expecting? Everyone was looking at this trend line. Everyone was longing this trend line, because every single time price dropped towards the trend line, we pumped towards the upside. But it was too easy to long this line once again, and market makers don't want to give you easy trades here. So there could be two scenarios. Right now volume is pretty low, so it could be a sign that it is a fake out towards the downside to take everyone out of long positions from off this trend line. That should be a manipulation phase, which we are in right now. But an important thing to know is if volume kicks back in the market here and we pump towards this line, volume is still high, then we will probably see a further move towards the downside. So the moral of the story right now, for now it looks like manipulation, but if volume really kicks in at this trend line or at some big resistance zones, it was probably not a fake out and we will probably move further towards the upside. If it is manipulation, volume still low, but we keep pushing towards the upside, then we can expect a distribution phase after, and we can anticipate this short move as a fake out here on Bitcoin. Then if we look at the lower time frame, we have been predicting it once again, because I have been talking about this middle green line here for over 3 days. If you don't believe me, please watch the daily update videos from the previous days here. These boxes are literally on my chart for 3-4 days here. I said, if we drop into this green zone, we can look for trades and we can buy our spot. That is exactly what I have been doing, because I'm putting my money where my mouth is. You can literally watch those videos back and you can see that I called it literally days before it happened. Right now, we are tapping in the red zone once again. There are two scenarios here and I need you to listen closely. If we reject this red box once again, we are flipping the trend because we set a higher low right here. But if we set a lower high at this point and break this low, then we have flipped the trend bearish. So two scenarios: or we are rejecting this red box and we will head further towards the downside and we will probably flip our trend towards the downside, which is not a good signal. Or we are getting rejected here and find support here and push further towards the upside to break this red zone. That is a really important thing. We need to break this red zone towards the upside. Otherwise, we will probably see more downside for Bitcoin, and then the lowest green zone at the $83,800 is a really good buy opportunity for Bitcoin. So that is what I'm expecting next. If you bought your Bitcoin here for a short trade, it is a good moment here to take your profit at the red zone. If you haven't bought your Bitcoin, you need to wait what will happen to Bitcoin next. We can either wait towards a break towards the upside and then buy our Bitcoin, but we can also wait for a further move towards the upside, towards the downside to buy your Bitcoin at such a lower price. And if you want to trade by yourself, I'm giving you the setups literally over in my Telegram group and here on my X page and in my daily update videos on YouTube. The only thing you need to do is sign up on WeX through the link in the description. You can find it right over here. And put the trades, the setups I give you right over on WeX to have the best trading circumstances. And the best part here is, if we hit 500 subscribers, we with WeX will give away $1,000 USDT trading bonus for one of you. What do you need to do for that? Please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel and sign up through the link in the description on WeX, and you will make chance to win 1,000 USDT trading bonus to set up your trades here on WeX. Then if we look at the yearly open, we can see that we are currently rejecting it. And why is this an important thing? Is the yearly open, and I talked about this a week ago also, but you need to know, institutions, it's the end of the year. They bought Bitcoin at this price 1 year ago approximately. If they push the price towards the upside here, they are making profit on their positions. What does it mean when they are making profit? They need to pay taxes, etc. Their reports are really bullish. Also, if you look at stocks and gold, they went parabolic this year. They probably made enough money with that. So they don't want to make enough money with Bitcoin. Otherwise, their reports is too bullish. And they need to be pay very much taxes. What I think a high possibility is that they will push the price around this yearly open. Then they are on break even for the whole year. And I think in January, February, there could be a very big chance of a pump. Because if they push the price higher in January, February, they can make much better reports at the end of the year. It would be a stupid move from institutions and market makers to pump the price right now towards the $105,000. There is also a possibility, like we have seen right here, they aren't pushing the price higher, that we will see such a lower price for Bitcoin, because they are pushing the price way lower to scoop up more in January, February. So that is a really important thing and development to see in the market right now. And we can perfectly see a rejection here. So that is something we really want to keep in mind. Then if we look at some on-chain data, we can see that the perpetual market is empty, and this is a really important thing, because what we can see is since the 10-10 reset, the major liquidity dump we have seen on Bitcoin, the open interest have remained below the 310k Bitcoin. And this is a very important thing, because what this could mean is the leverage could be flushed, and that is something we have seen yesterday, but also some other moments in the market. It is pretty easy to liquidate leverage longs or short positions, so please be careful with high leverage long and short positions. Then there is also no direction driven by the future, so spot is a really important indicator for this. And what we can actually see is that the spot flow is heading towards every single time towards the upside or either the downside. That means that Bitcoin doesn't have a real direction for now, and that could be dangerous, because if the market makers step up tomorrow and want to sell their Bitcoin, we will dump very hard towards the downside, because the volume and the volatility is such low on Bitcoin. So that is something you really want to keep in mind. And that was it for today's video. Please make sure to follow me over on X, subscribe over on my YouTube channel, like this daily update video, and sign up over on WeX through the link in the description. I will see you tomorrow by a brand new Crypto Daily Update video.